Hello. So I feel like I robbed some of you from your video today because there's not a lot of people that are into theology, but those were some for some specific people in particular. But what I do have for you is a fun list of movies if you are into plot twists, okay? And plot twists are probably one of the best things that have ever come to movies. Um, when it comes to movies, I can like a movie for many different reasons, and I can dislike a movie for many different reasons. As I've said before many times, I'm a lot more attracted to characters than I am to actual movies and plots and protagonists. So like when it boils down to, I can actually like I can hate a movie for the characters, and I can hate a movie for the plot twists, and I can like a movie for the message and not like the characters. So every single time I'm watching a movie, I'm always trying to gain what I'm getting out of the characters for one. Um, when it comes to storyline, I'm one of the worst people to watch movies with because I know exactly what's going to happen. There's been very few movies that have misled me on my, I guess, um, when you're trying to guess the ending or who the killer is, or basically along that line. So I mean, that's not even the one that did stump me is not even on this list, and it's Swordfish. So if you're into Swordfish and you like that movie, that's probably one of my favorite movies when it comes to plot twists, storyline, character development. It's from the beginning to the end, absolutely stellar. So there's a freebie for you. But I didn't roll for any of these, but I did just come up with a list off the top of my head that I see as being probably some of the top greatest plot twists of all time. And I can start at the bottom or I can start at the top. I'll start at the top. So Silence of the Lambs. And if you haven't seen these movies, I'm going to try not to spoil them as I kind of describe them or go about it. But Silence of the Lambs, Jodie Foster, she plays like an FBI agent, and she's trying to like catch a killer. And one of the things I enjoy about movies is when the good guy doesn't win at the end. So Silence of the Lambs is definitely one that would probably meet the list of ending ending of ending of movies where there's a plot twist and you're just like they kind of get you going on this other storyline, and there's just one that's deeply going on behind it. Planet of the Apes, the 2001 that Tim Burton did, probably one of the best endings. It upset a lot of critics and it upset a lot of moviegoers, and that didn't bother me at all. I absolutely adored the ending of Planet of the Apes 2001. Number 23, Jim Carrey. Um, I've this number this actual book has been not the book, but the actual movie is about a book, and Jim Carrey gets obsessed with it. And I think this movie met one of my other top tens, if I remember correctly, Jim Carrey movies, because he's done so many different movies where he hits so many different points and range of how extended his artistic talent can go. Number 23, he plays a really good character. And I don't want to give anything away if you guys haven't seen these movies, so it's one of those things where it's hard to kind of describe them without, spoiling it. Shutter Island. If you haven't seen Shutter Island, it's a complete uh, mind. I don't want to swear on my channel, but it's a mind twist the entire movie, and you kind of wonder what's going on, and even throughout the movie, you're kind of questioning yourself and like, what the heck is going on? It's not making a lot of sense. Another one that can't come to mind right after I thought about Shutter Island was Memento. Memento is an excellent movie that has plot twists and it has misunderstanding because the guy can't remember anything that he's doing throughout the movie. So he's got to constantly make notes to himself, tattoo himself, give himself. I think his like memory only goes like a certain amount of time, like 15 minutes. I think is the max he can remember, and then it gets erased. So like he's got to like constantly remember, and he's trying to do something throughout the movie too. So Signs. Um, of course, Signs is going to be on here. I could pretty much pick any M. Night Shyamalan movie. I want to say he was probably the king of plot twists. And the way he develops movies and stories, I'd really like to pick his brain and how he does it. But I almost think that he starts at the end and then works his way backwards and like kind of fills it in, because there's no other way that you'd be able to just be like, well, I'm going to completely write a story and then I'm just going to change it halfway through. Like, I just don't understand how a writer can do that. And if he does, more props to him. War of the Worlds is another one. It's a very good ending. They have a kind of an explanation of what's going on. Basically, we're fighting aliens and stuff, but there's more that meets the eye that I don't want to. I don't. It's hard to. It's really hard to explain some of these, but watch War of the Worlds, and you tell me if you can tell if you can explain to me if you can see what's going on before it meets the end of the movie, because I didn't see it as another one that would meet with Swordfish that I was just like, oh well, that was completely kind of a curveball out of left field. The Shining, Stanley Kubrick is probably my favorite uh, filmmaker of all time. I am completely obsessed with a lot of his movies, and for many different reasons. And a lot of them have so much symbolism that go into the movie that you can rewatch. That's what a really good movie for me is. If it's got some the rewatch value there, and you finding new things and you're learning new things every single time you watch it. Some movies you can watch one time. For instance, Netflix, Sandra Bullock's Bird Box. It's a great movie. There's nothing bad about that movie. It was developed, it was filmed great. The story, like everything about it was great, but you can only watch it one time. There's not going to be a second. Oh wow, that was really surprising when you watch it a second time. Like it's, I can watch a movie and be like, I'm never gonna watch that movie again because I took everything I could get out of it. I'm not saying it was a bad movie. That's one of the things that's hard when you're looking for a movie. Like I think a really really good movie is one that you can watch over and over and over and over and over again, and still find new things and still be fascinated with either like the cinematography. That's one of the things that like blows me away with Stanley Kubrick movies is the way he films, and he makes so many great scenes, like scene after scene after scene. And I understand that's why it took him like 5 years to write. I mean, 5 years to make a movie. Shining was already written. It was already written. It's a book by Stephen King, and I wanted to say he massacred it. I didn't like the book. The book wasn't as good as the movie, and I'm sorry, Stephen King, but it has nothing to do with like your writing. I love your writing. You're actually the person that I read the most growing up, but the depiction of Stanley Kubrick's Shining in comparison to Shining in the book, um, it's on another level and it's a lot better. And I know it's not scary. That's okay. I actually just watched this movie for the. I got Coral to watch it, and I watched it for the first time. I've never made it through it because like I was always busy doing something else. But sometimes when you sit down and watch a movie, you have to be dedicated to either absorb the movie the way it was meant to be. And that's one of the reasons why I actually turned the movie off, because I like Stanley Kubrick so much. I'm like, I don't have the time for this. I'm kind of busy doing something else, or it's helping me write, it's kind of in the background or something. But the plot twist at the very end is at the very end. I mean, it's not at the like, it's not at the last 5 minutes. I mean, like it is like the last part of the movie. And if you understand that, Stanley Kubrick is just always going to give you a curveball to make you say, huh, or what? Like, what was that all about? So, what did that movie, what happened? Like, is he, like, there's so many things, you're going to have all these questions, and he leaves you with that kind of questioning. And that's one thing I just really appreciate about Stanley Kubrick. We got Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skulls, okay? I love Indiana Jones, okay? It's a song that stuck in my head. He's when I was younger, I wanted to be an archaeologist. I wanted to literally be Indiana Jones because I thought he had the coolest job ever, just digging stuff up from the past and trying to put pieces together. And it's kind of what I'm about. So, if you've a lot of people, critics didn't like Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skulls. A lot of people, directors, filmmakers said that it just was just garbage, hot garbage, and it was everything but hot garbage. It If you know about the Crystal Skulls, a lot of people don't even know. Look up the Crystal Skulls. Like there's supposed to be, I guess, 13 of them that are on this planet, and every single one that they found has been made by modern tools. But there are some that they don't have any explanation of how they were made because they're not made with modern tools. It's like one piece. So Look up Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skulls, or just look up the Crystal Skulls in general. The ending was great. The movie was great from beginning to end. I even like the way they filmed it. I want to say Steven Spielberg did that one too, and he used his older cameras. He made it look vintage, and it made it look like an old Indiana Jones film. And from the beginning to end, I absolutely love it. Plus Harrison Ford. I mean, come on, he doesn't need any kind of kudos. He's like one of the best. Fight Club. I actually saw this movie with my stepdad when it came out in theaters, and it was hot garbage. And I didn't like the movie, and I still don't like the movie. We were actually gonna leave like towards the middle or towards the end of it because I'm like, it was so stupid. I'm sorry, like I saw exactly what was going on the whole entire time. It wasn't like any kind of big curveball to me. It wasn't a significant like crazy ending. I think it's just like they kind of I think that there was actually another ending that they wrote, and they wanted to go this other direction where yeah, Edward Norton and Brad Pitt are just watch the movie. I don't want to give anything away. The Forgotten. If you guys haven't seen The Forgotten, go see that. This video is getting too long, so I have to move along. A Good Day to Die Hard. If you guys like Die Hard movies, definitely watch that one because that one has a plot twist at the very end, and it's a very good one. Same thing with Sixth Sense. That was a movie that I actually saw what was happening throughout the movie, and it took me the second time to watch it to see all the symbolism. I was like, oh, that's what that scene was for. Because there's a lot of, I think that might be an M. Night Shyamalan movie as well, if I remember correctly. He, it's with Bruce Willis and that cute little kid. Can't remember his name, but when I was watching it, I knew what it was about. But watching it the second time, I was like, everything started clicking. I'm like, that makes sense. Okay, that makes because a lot of it was I didn't see the symbolism with the red, and there's a lot of things that like I usually pick up on, and I was just like, what the heck? Why would they put that in the film? And then I had to actually watch it two times. The second time is when it actually I knew the ending what was going to be, but I didn't see the build up to that, so I actually wanted to watch it a second time. So watch Sixth Sense, and then Ex Machina. Ex Machina is a wonderful movie. Um, and it's another one where you think the good guy's the bad guy and the bad guy's the good guy, and you know I don't want to give it away, but you know at the end is absolutely one of the best endings to any movie, and it was really a I don't know, it wasn't an underwhelming movie, but it seemed like it was underappreciated and underwhelming to a lot of the movie viewers. I don't know why it got such rotten apples or it got like crapped on, but I think people want to watch movies more to be entertained, and like they want to watch Guardians of the Galaxy with like a ton of CGI and a ton of action, or they just want to be entertained. Like that kind of crap doesn't entertain me. I'm not saying that they weren't good movies, and like Avengers and stuff. Like some of them took 10 years to make, and like that's a lot of dedication, a lot of time, and I would never like gripe on any of the artistic talent that went into it, and the time it makes to make a movie. And so yeah, there's some good plot twist movies. If you guys want some more plot twist movies, I could do these all day long because I mean that's what I watch movies for, is for to be confused and try not to figure stuff out. Like same thing with like reading a book. You read a book and you get through a chapter and you're tired, but it's such a damn good book. You want to go read the next chapter, and you just got that's just how it is with movies with me. But obviously, you can get a lot more infrastructure in books than you can get in movies, but these are some probably really good movies. And I'm sure a lot of you guys probably haven't even heard of some of these movies that I said, because some of them are a little bit older, but they have some really good plot twists. And if you're looking for a plot twist, watch some of these movies and you won't be disappointed. With that said, I got to get ready for work. I got to do a workout, and then yeah, maybe I'll do a video when I get off work. I don't know. Depends on how I feel, and I want to still finish my list of things to do. So you guys have a good one, and I will see you later. Peace.